Guys, in this video we will learn how to add custom filter in Yajra data tables. So let's get started with an example. So you can see that I already set up display the users data with the data tables. So if you don't know how to use simple data table, then I already captured a few days ago the video. You can see over here, you can scroll down and you can see that how simply you can use the data table. Okay, and now you can see that in this example we display the name, email and status of the user. So what we will do, simply add filter that will be search by name, search by email, and also you can search by status. With the drop down there is a active and inactive option. Okay, so let's see with the example. So you can see that I already downloaded over here. So let me go here. I created one route over here, and if I go here into the controller, there is already set up like status column and action column. So now let me go into the blade file, user blade file. Here what I will do, I will simply create one div, and there will be a class like a filter, an empty top. I will make it 3 and mb3. Okay, so making some space between, and I will use strong, and there will be say filter. Okay, and then I will say simply br. Okay, and here I will be add div class empty2. Okay, and what I will do, I will simply use label. Okay, and that should be say name. Okay, and I will add one input that's called text. Okay, and there will be a name, and I will say id should be the name. Okay, and now I will add the class, and that's called form control, and simply save it. Okay, and now let me go here and refresh it. You can see that properly the name, I will make it proper structure for this. So what I will do, I will simply say row, and inside the row I will as call md, so proper layout. So I will say simply 3. Okay, and simply copy this to and paste it over here. Okay, simply copy and remove this one. Okay, simply save it and refresh it. You can see that name input field over here. Okay, now what we need to do, simply if I go and write the name of the user, then it should be filtered based on the name input. Okay, so what I will do, I will simply go here and I will go and I will use one class over here. Okay, so I will give change. Okay, change class, so later I can use for other as well. So when change key up event. Okay, and then I will say function, and simply what I will do, I will use the table class of the data table, and simply there is a draw method. Okay, and draw method will be called. Now what I need to do, you can see that here by default it's passing just url with the data. So what we need to do, we need to pass this input. Okay, so what I will do, I will simply use this, and I will pass as a manual URL, and URL will be the same that what we have. So I will simply copy and paste over here. Okay, and then I will pass data function, and I will pass d as argument, and then d dot name equal to, I will get, I already defined the id of that, so I will simply take from the value from the id. Okay, so I will say simply val. Okay, and save it. Okay, now let me go here and into the controller I will simply info, and what I will do, request name. Okay, and simply save it. Okay, and now let me go here and refresh it. Okay, and let me go to my storage and log. Okay, you can see there is empty. Now if I write as, then you can see that I'm getting the value properly. Okay, so what I need to do the next, into the Yajra data table there is a filter method. So I will use the filter function, and I will say instance. Okay, there is use, and then we will use a request object inside that function. Okay, so I will use request, and then simply function. Okay, and what I will do over here, I will check if name is not empty. So I will say request field method will be checked. If there is a not empty, then it's coming over here, and then I will say instance where, and I will simply say name, and I will say like, and simply I need to use request name, and simply save it. Okay, and simply go here and check it. Okay, so refresh it, and if I go and say like burn, okay, you can see that I'm getting properly the name filter. Okay, you don't need to do anything. If I say simply, you can see that I can filter it properly. Okay, now same thing I will do for email. Okay, so what I will do over here, and simply go here and copy this. Okay, paste it over here, and I will simply say email, and name will be the email. Okay, simply save it. Same thing, use the change, so I don't have to do anything with this because we already add the class, so it will draw every time. So what I need to do, just pass the email over here. Okay, so I will say email, and I will say email, save it. Okay, same thing, if I go here and I need to simply copy it and paste it, so here I will do name field, email, and same thing for the email, save it. Okay, and now let me go refresh it. Okay, now I will simply copy this and classy, so I will say classy. You can see that I am getting the filter properly. So what I did here, so I simply add the input. Now I want to add the drop down, so what I need to do, simply go here into the blad file, and same thing, I will copy this, and here I will be say status, and here I will be use select, and I will use class form select, and then I will say ID should be the status. Okay, and name will be the status. Okay, and here I will be add the option. So first value should be empty, and that should be a like select status. Okay, simply two option. Okay, now I will go and add another option, that's called active, and value should be 1, value should be 1, and the same thing, value should be 0 for inactive. Okay, simply save it. Okay, now what I will do, in this case there is no key of event, so what I will do, I will simply copy it. Okay, and here what I will do, I will simply use the status ID, so I will say status ID and change event. Okay, because we are changing the drop down value, and same thing I will pass into the input, so I will say status and status value, simply save it. And now let me go into the controller. Here I will be do, simply first I want to display what I will get. Okay, so I will say status, simply save it. Okay, and let me remove this one. Okay, and refresh it. You can see that there is a drop down with the two option, active and inactive. If I search it, you can see that I got 1. If I got inactive, then you can see that 0. So what I need to do, I think in this case there is if condition, and I will say simply request status equal to 0, or because empty will not work, otherwise 0 should be considered as empty. Okay, so that's why request status equal to 1, then it's coming below, and same I will copy this query, paste it over here, and I will say status, and I will simply say remove this entire thing, and I will say request status. Okay, simply save it. Okay, now let me go here and refresh it, and if I say active, then you can see that I got only active records. If I click on inactive, then you can see that I can get inactive records. So you can see that how easily we can implement our custom on filter with the data tables. So if you like this video, then please subscribe in my channel for more videos. Thank you so much for watching, guys.